5 bold predictions for the 25-26 season for FC Bayern Munich. We're going to talk about it today, give my bold predictions, see what you guys think. Are they hot? Are they cold? I don't know. This is just what I've been thinking. I'm using this new mic. I already recorded this video, but what do you know? I go back to watch the video, and this trash, crappy new mic had echo up at max, and it sounds like you're in just a noise chamber, just echo slamming all parts of your ear. It just sounded awful. So I'm out here re-recording the video, and the audio is probably not that good here. I'm not happy with this mic. I'm probably returning this one to Microsoft. No, to Amazon ASAP, because this mic is trash. This is a trash mic right here. So bear with me if the audio is just horrible. Bear with me, because this mic, I'm not happy with this mic whatsoever. Razer Siren Mini on top. I love that little microphone. But yeah, anyway, let's stop blabbling. I'm kind of using the same video format as that Michi guy. I saw his video. I watched it. He did a 5 bold predictions for Barca and for Europe this season. And he said something so blasphemous. You know what he said? This Michi guy said that he is the Google Slides master, that he is the best slides user in the game. And I was just so offended. I'm like, who is this? Who the fuck is that guy? Mishime. Who is that guy? I've been using the Google. As far as I'm concerned, I was the first to use the Google Slides. Even though my channel is only 2 years old, I was using the Google Slides 2 years ago when I feel like no one else was using Google Slides. I'm telling you, no one else was using bummy Google Slides to present things to their audience. No one. So I'm taking the credit. And I was doing crazy things on Google Slides. Go watch my AFCON and Asia Cup predictions videos like from 2 years ago. Those were heat. Those are absolute heat. But anyway, so that Michi guy better watch. And if he's a Barca fan, of course, there's always something wrong with Barca fans online. There's always something wrong with them. They're never normal. So watch what you say, Michi. Loser. Anyway, first, we will be in the UCL final. I think Bayern will be in not the Bundesliga final, the UCL final this year, Budapest 2026. Why do I think that? When I'm looking at Europe, the landscape, and I'm looking at who the favorites are for the Champions League this season, 100%, there's 4 teams that stand out the most to me. There really is 4 teams that stand out the most to me. It's PSG, it's Liverpool, it's Barcelona, and Bayern. For me, these are the 4 teams. And the reason why I say this is they are just playing the best style of football you can at the moment. High press, high line, just rapid attack, chance creation, overwhelming your opponents. That's the number one thing all these teams have in common. They like to overwhelm their opponents and just dominate them. And for me, it's no coincidence. At least this is my personal opinion. You might disagree. Fair. But I think, these 4 teams play that dominant style the best in Europe. And for me, going into the season with all the teams strengthening, well, actually, PSG haven't really strengthened this summer. Barcelona made some decent signings. Really, Liverpool strengthened big time. And us at Bayern have made some decent little signings here and there. Luis Diaz coming in, Jonathan Todd, Tom Bischoff, hopefully another 1 or 2 players coming in before the transfer window ends. But yeah, those are the 4 teams I'm looking at. And, Champions League, you can be a great team. You could have all the best players. You could have the best tactics. You could have the most perfect game. But at the end of the day, you also need some luck on your side. And I think this year, with Visa Company being able to build on top of what he did last year, the team is not far off. They're really not. We were missing 3 big boy players in that Inter tie. If Musiala, Upamecano, and Alphonso Davies are there, I think we make light work with Inter Milan. Straight facts. No cap. Truth on my own testicles. I think we destroy Inter Milan if all of our top players were there. Musiala, Upa, Davies. I mean, probably the 3 most important players. Bayern's 3 best players up until that moment out of the team. So we're not far off. We've made some decent signings. Hopefully 1 or 2 more come the end of this window. And with the style of football companies playing the new levels that our players in the squad are reaching, we can be there. And it's not a crazy thing to predict that we will be in the UCL final in 2026. So, Vincent Company and the boys, you got my trust. The Hokage is on your side, bro. I'll be watching. Prove me right. 2, Tom Bischoff will bench Alexander Pavlovich. Now, this prediction is more of a warning to Alexander. More of a stay cautious warning to Pavlovich. This isn't to say I think Tom Bischoff is a better talent. This isn't to say I think Tom Bischoff is better than a better midfielder than Pavlovich. I think that's not the case at all, honestly. That's not the case at all. The main reason I'm saying this is because Pavlovich just has availability issues. I mean, he should have started all season long with Kimmich last year, but he got a collarbone injury. And then after he recovered from his collarbone injury, he had tonsillitis, he had STDs, chlamydia. I mean, he had he just kept on catching a disease, catching flu, catching the cold, tendonitis, or no, whatever it was, tonsillitis. Had to get the surgery to get his tonsils. Like, you know what I mean? Just these little things kept popping up last year, and Pavlovich wasn't available consistently. And for that, he allowed Goretzka back into the team, which is low-key a crime in itself. And this year, I thought he would put that all behind him. But what do you know? Just this past week, Alexander Pavlovich out for 4 weeks with a fractured orbital bone in the face. So because he's like so fragile, he just keeps picking up these injuries and sicknesses. He keeps missing games. And you cannot become a consistent starter in the team if you're not fully available. So Pavlovich, I think Tom Bischoff will bench Pavlovich, one, because I don't think he's going to have availability issues. I just don't trust him. Until he is fully done with puberty and his immune system is strong and whatever, I'm not going to trust Pavlovich to be fully available. And because of that reason, that's the strongest reason why I think Tom Bischoff, who, don't get me wrong, yes, I think it will be availability reasons why he will bench Pavlovich, but he is also a very young, highly touted German midfielder, very, very, very talented. Very talented. He has the quality to bench Pavlovich as well. Even if Pavlovich was fit, if he drops the ball and doesn't play consistently well, Bischoff can still bench him. And if you're not going to be available, then 100% he'll bench your ass. So Tom Bischoff will bench Pavlovich because I have no indication or no reason to trust Pavlovich will be available at all times this year. But I hope he proves me wrong. Because it would be great if Kimmich and Pavlovich can strike up the midfield partnership and have a guy like Bischoff off the bench, an option off the bench. Like that would just be great for the great squad depth. But I predict Pavlovich won't be available. So Tom Bischoff will bench Pavlovich. And I'm trying to go to the next one. Next, another benching prediction. I think Kim Min-jae will bench Jonathan Tah. Now, Jonathan Tah is our big defensive signing this year. He's not really an injury-prone player yet, unlike Pavlovich. Tah is going to come here. He's in his prime, and he's going to be available. I don't think Tah is going to be a guy that's going to be unreliable. He will be there 95% of the time, available for selection from the squad. He will be there. Listen, Tah. Now Tah, I think a lot of people are underrating the signing. People are underrating the signing. I think across Europe, the perception of this signing is that, oh, it's just Tah. He's a bum. He's not really known. But really, Jonathan Tah, for the last 2 years, has been a top 10 center back in the world. Hey, he's been one of the very best. He has. And he's coming to Bayern, still in his prime, to be the starter. And I think Vincent Kompany hasn't shied away from showing that in the games that when everyone is fit, Upamecano and Jonathan Tah will be the 2 starting center backs for Bayern heading into this next season. But how do I think Kim Min-jae will bench Jonathan Tah? Well, first of all, Kim Min-jae is still apparently an option to sell in this transfer window. So this prediction might just burst into flames, might just crumble into dust, Thanos style, if he gets sold. But if he doesn't get sold, I'm sure Kim Min-jae will bench Jonathan Tah. The reason why is our style of play. Jonathan Tah is a great defender. And in his prime right now, if you're a Bundesliga real one, you'll know Jonathan Tah was a highly touted player 8-9 years ago. but he kind of stayed at Leverkusen during the dark ages in the late 2010s, early 2020s, and stuck out those dark ages and then excelled under Xabi Alonso. But something Jonathan Tah always had was mistakes in his game. But under Xabi, in these last 2 years, he's really taken those out. He's become a leader as a center back, and he's really grown and become comfortable playing his game, his physical, high line, bullying players, winning his duels, winning his aerial duels. He has excelled in that. But with company style of play, this suffocation, this high line, something you need to be very good at as a center back is defending the channels and being and defending open 1v1 situations. Now, what do I mean by open 1v1 situations? I don't really know another way to describe this, but it's when a defender is one-on-one running at you. Because Jonathan Tah, he's not the fastest. He's not a slow poke, but compared to Kim Min-jae, he's not the fastest. Kim Min-jae is a much faster center back, and defending the channels when teams are going to be trying to counterattack us, to run into those spaces in the back line, and latch onto to the back of some long balls over the defense. You need to be a center back that's comfortable tracking back at full speed, making the game physical, getting close to the defender, and winning your challenges. You need to be comfortable doing that. And Jonathan Tah, when he gets isolated in a true 1v1 scenario, I don't have the most confidence in him. And also, I don't have the most confidence in him to keep up with some of Europe's fastest attackers. I don't. He just doesn't have that speed. But Kim Min-jae has that speed. Kim Min-jae has that agility. And that's why I think Kim Min-jae can bench Jonathan Tah, because I could see a scenario this year where Jonathan Tah, we come up against a couple of teams that really challenge our back line and he gets exposed. Because, listen, 95% of the time, I think Jonathan Tah will be in control. It's the 5% of the time where a team beats us on the long ball, where he's stuck 1v1 on the wing, tracking back opposition attacker, forward, winger, striker, whatever it is. It's in those scenarios where I could see Jonathan Tah messing up, losing his spot, and Faisal Company saying, all right, Tah's had a couple of rough games. I'm going to give Kim a try next to Upamecano. And there I could see Kim Min-jae, who's not fully healthy. Don't forget, Kim Min-jae had a very horrible Achilles tendonitis issue. And he played, you guys, we overworked this guy. We should be fined for the amount we overplayed Kim Min-jae because of our injuries in the back last year. So apparently his Achilles tendonitis issues are healed. He's fully healthy. He's going to take those opportunities and he's going to earn his starting spot back and be partnered with Upamecano. So, yeah. And I'm not rooting for one or the other. I hope Kim Min-jae wins his starting spot back, but I hope Jonathan Tah is successful. I hope him and Upamecano form a very dominant and physical partnership at center back. But I could see his lack of pace in critical situations letting him down. And I think Kim Min-jae can find his way into the starting lineup that way. So, Kim Min-jae benching Jonathan Tah. That's the third bold prediction. Fourth bold prediction. I think Neuer will be the best goalie next year. This next up-and-coming season, I think so. Now, why do I say this? Because a lot of people think he's finished. I just don't get the sentiment that people think Neuer is finished. Has he been a little bit of a liability? Yeah, he has. I mean, the World Cup season, he went and broke his foot in half in a skiing accident. And we were left without our number one goalie for the second half of the season. Big liability. Just this past year, getting a critical red card in that Leverkusen Cup game that ultimately probably was one of the main reason we lost that tie and got knocked out early against Leverkusen in the Pokal. Liability there. Then he strains his calf in the second half of the season, celebrating a goal like a freaking unk. He strains his calf and he's out for the rest of the season. We have to bring young Jonas Urbisch from Köln in the second division of the Bundesliga to come be the starter. Liability. But I have a gut feeling this year Manuel Neuer is going to play at his absolute best. I feel like he's going to be available because here's one thing. He is the best. I think he's the only world-class ball-playing goalkeeper right now. I think Ederson has taken a deep dive. Ederson has fallen off. He's not at Neuer's level right now anymore in terms of playing out of the back. And previously, I only thought in terms of world-class ball-playing goalkeepers, it was really only Neuer and Ederson. the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, whatever it's been. But now I think Ederson has taken a deep dive in terms of his consistency and his level. I think Neuer is the only world-class ball-playing goalkeeper in the world. And he's still an elite shot stopper. I'm not going to let people gaslight me. When he's fit, he's great. I'm sorry. When he's fit, he's great. At the Club World Cup, he was one of the best goalies at the Club World Cup. At the Euros last year, he was probably goalie of the tournament, one of the best goalies at the tournament. When he was fit last year, he was excellent as well. So I think Neuer's going to have a big season this year. I have a gut feeling he's going to be available. And here's another huge reason why I think he's going to play an amazing season and be the best goalie in the world next season. That World Cup, bro. I'm telling you, I know he retired after the Euros with Thomas Muller and Toni Kroos, but I'm telling you, I always felt Manuel Neuer's retirement from the German national team last summer was fugazi. I really felt that he was just retiring because Muller and Toni Kroos were retiring. No, dude. I knew it. I really knew it. Because, listen, there's already reports circling around Bayern, circling around, coming out of Germany saying Neuer is eyeing that World Cup and thinking, maybe I want to play out that one and play my 5th World Cup. Because you look at the landscape of German goalies right now. Ter Stegen coming back from his awful injury. He hasn't necessarily got back to being his absolute best. You have Oliver Baumann, Kevin Trapp, not consistent, not consistently good. Bernd Leno, he's too much of a squad risk with him being unhappy when he doesn't play games. Neuer is seeing this and he's thinking, man, my country needs a goalie, and I'm still honestly, guys, he's still the best German goalkeeper. He's still the top 5 goalie in the world, and I think he's going to be the best goalie this next season. Don't be surprised if it's March, April 2026, and you see breaking from Fabrizio Romano, Manuel Neuer called back up to the German national team, one last dance. Do not be surprised. And I think with that in mind, seeing the German goalkeeping landscape, all of that, I think Neuer has in mind like, bro, this is my chance. I don't care about Ter Stegen. I'm going to be selfish. I'm still the best German goalkeeper. I want to take this Germany team and have a successful World Cup. And it's very possible. The reports of Neuer thinking like this, having this on his mind, are already coming out. So Neuer, because I think he's still a top goalie and he'll be fully available all year next year, and because of that World Cup motivation, I think he's going to play an excellent season so that he basically becomes undeniable to be the starting goalie at the next World Cup again for Germany, with other German goalkeepers lacking. That's just the truth. 5th. Now, I put this one last because it's not the boldest. I don't think this is the boldest or craziest, but I do think in terms of the points tally, it could be a little bit of a bold prediction. I think we will win the Bundesliga. I think everyone knows that. Like, the Bundesliga is a lock. The rest of the Bundesliga is so Leipzig weekend, Leverkusen weekend, Frankfurt weekend, Dortmund, you can't rely on them. We're going to win this Bundesliga, but I think we're going to win this Bundesliga this year by 15 plus points, maybe 20 plus points. And I think we'll wrap up the league by early April, potentially. I think we'll have this league wrapped up and be on autopilot mode, just winning games, getting results, and securing that league title. I think so, because Leverkusen, Eric Teabags, not trusting him. They got rid of Xhaka, Florian Wirtz, Jonathan Tah, key players. Hradecki just left, right? Hradecki, I'm pretty sure, just left. They're the Finnish goalie. Dortmund, just inconsistent. You can't trust them. Frankfurt got rid of Marmoush and Ekitike the last 6 months. Their attack, yes, they brought in Burkhardt. Is he the same level of player? In my opinion, no. Leipzig, Xavi Simons is going to leave. Benjamin Sesko most likely going to leave to Newcastle or a team, Man United, somewhere across Europe. They're weakening. The Bundesliga will be won by 15 plus points, and we'll have it wrapped up by the beginning of April, for sure. April 2026, we will be the Bundesliga champion. So those are my 5 bold predictions. Let me know if you agree or disagree. It's been your boy Hokage. New season coming up fast, guys. And hopefully this microphone quality wasn't too trash. I'm definitely going to return this and get a new one. So yeah, peace.